You're here with the Halftop disciples today, Adam and Dylan. We're going to talk to you a little bit today about just how the things that we do in our day-to-day cowboying life or whatever we're doing pertains to what we find in the Bible more times than not. Today we're going to talk about these young dogs. We got some pups running around here. They're 4 or 5 months old and they're wanting to get into everything. If it walks, wiggles, or moves, they're wanting to chase it and catch it. These young dogs right here ain't no different than your kids at home. You know, if you don't take them kids with you, they're not going to learn nothing. You leave these pups in a pen at the house, they're not going to learn nothing. You know, and these pups, you start training them right now at an early age. You know, I mean, you teach yours some stuff that, you know, that I don't teach mine. Right. But then mine learns off of yours, you know what I mean? And your pups are a little better at some things than mine, and so they kind of feed off one another.
And just like jumping up on you, you know. You can't just let them, you also got to discipline them too. You can't just let them be your best buddy, you know, just like with your kids. You can't just be their best friends all the time and never discipline them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, that's right.
It's the same with our pups.
Yeah, they got to learn respect.
Right.
You know, respect's what's going to bring them to the, you know, through the world.
Yep.
And that's the same way with your kids. You know, what's that verse say about that, you know, on them kids?
Well, it's Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
That's right. You start them when they're young. That way when they're old, when the kids get older, you know, they think about doing some stuff bad. And I'm not saying they ain't going to do something bad. You know, I'm the prime example of that, you know. But they know better, you know. Them kids will know better. You just like these dogs right here. You start these dogs, you know, they get in a dog fight right here at our feet. We're going to adjust them. You know, we're going to tell them that ain't what we want. And kids are the same way. They want to back talk. They want to do things they're not supposed to do. You know, we'll adjust them. But we just try to teach them to go with the Lord, with what the Lord wants you to do. You know, if you'll try to teach them kids what the Lord wants them to do right now, later on in life, they'll know what's right from wrong. And that's what we try to do.
You know, you and I both, at one point of our lives, was at a point where I guess you could say a darker spot in our lives, you know.
Oh yeah.
And if we can, not that our kids won't ever endure tragedy or dark spot in their life, but if we can keep them from getting to where we had to, which I'm thankful now, because had it not been for that, we wouldn't be here.
That's right.
Talking about the Lord.
Yes, sir.
But if we can keep them from having to enter how we had to,
yes,
and
sir,
step up and do our job and point them towards the right direction,
right,
that the Lord wants them to walk, you know.
That's right. You know, and that's, I mean, you can't guard your kids all their life, you know what I mean? Just like these pups, that pup right there is jumping on him, and he'll squeeze his mouth till he gets down or whatever, but he'll let that pup fail so he can teach him the right way to go, you know. And I was in church all the time when I was a kid. My mom and dad made sure I was in church, you know, and but that don't mean I've never strayed, you know. And I want my kids to have the foundation the same as I'll teach these dogs a foundation, that whenever they fail, they can go back on that and look back, you know, and think.
Same as our horses.
Same as your horses, same as your dogs and your kids, you know. They just gotta. I'm just saying, when you teach them dogs, if you'll take as much pride in some of you guys, you know, if you'll take as much pride in your dogs or your kids as you do your dogs, you'll set them up a lot different for life, you know. And I've been bad at it, you know what I mean. Your kids aggravate you, and they, you know, you want to yell at them and holler at them and things like that. Well, I don't, you know, I'm bad about it, you know, and I'll catch myself. But,
absolutely,
you know, these pups, I try not to holler at them because I don't want to scare them. You know, I want to make it fun for them to go. Well, I get to hollering around and things get fast, and, you know, and I'm not saying that your kids you're never going to see you fail. You know what I promise you, mine's seen me have equine, bovine, and canine-induced Tourette's. Now, I'm talking get mad and throw stuff, you know, but I ain't going to tell you they ain't seen me hit my knees and pray, too.
Right.
You know, they know right from wrong. But just that's one thing that we wanted to share today, you know, about how you're training your cow dogs is just about like training your kids, you know what I mean? Take the pride in them, show them right from wrong. When they get older, they'll know the right way to go, you know, and just hopefully they don't stray too far from it, you know.
That's right.
You want to add anything? All right. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in today. We'll catch you on the next one.
That's why God loves cowboys. I believe there's a place in his heart. 'Cause when the herd needs tending, fences need